Hello everyone, welcome to JCE eConnect online classes. In this video, we are going to talk about stack operation and reset sequence of ARM Cortex-M3 microprocessor. So let's start our discussion on stack operation. So basically this stack is a memory usage model which is a part of the system memory itself. So which is used to save and restore temporarily the data content of the register. Okay, whenever we want to use the register content for data processing, if we want to maintain the original content of the register, that original content of the register is temporarily saved in the stack memory. Okay, saving the content of the register into stack memory is done with the help of push instruction. Okay, and restoring the content of the register after data processing from the stack memory is done with the help of pop operation. Okay, so every push and pop operation, there is one special pointer register called stack pointer get automatically adjusted. So this stack pointer is also called as pointer register. Okay, so which is basically present inside the processor, which makes the stack memory to act as first in last out buffer. The content which is saved into this particular stack first will be removed from the stack at last. So it follows basically first in last out buffer. Okay, for every push operation the stack pointer value get decremented. For every pop operation the stack pointer value get incremented. So this is basic model of stack memory. Okay, so let's understand the push operation in detail. So let us consider the starting address of the stack pointer as this 32-bit data. So let us take this as stack memory. Okay, the starting address of the stack pointer I have written here. So let's take one simple instruction, move R0, immediate hexadecimal value 0x10. Okay, so in ARM Cortex-M3 32-bit format, this immediate value is pointing to immediate addressing mode, and that 32-bit data will be saved like this into register content R0. So totally this is 32-bit. So here every value 0, 1, each value corresponds to 4-bit. Okay, so here 1 0 corresponds to 1 byte, followed by 2 zeros second byte, followed by 2 zeros third byte, followed by 2 zeros fourth byte. So into stack memory the data is saved in byte wise, I mean to say 8-bit at a time. So now after this move instruction I am doing push operation on register content R0. Okay, initially starting address of the stack pointer is this. Now how this value 32-bit value of R0 is pushed to stack, we'll see now. So from the LSB side, the first byte, that is 10, is pushed to stack first at the starting address of the stack pointer. After that stack pointer value get decremented by 1. So it was 260, now it is 25F. After that from the LSB side the second byte of R0 is pushed to stack, that is 0x00, and it will be in hexa value. Again after the second byte push, stack pointer value get again decremented by 1. Before it is 25F, now it is 25E. Third byte from LSB is moved to stack at that location. After that again stack pointer get decremented by value 1. Now it is pointing to 25D. So the last byte of register content R0, that is 0x00, is pushed to stack at this location. After this again the stack pointer value get decremented by 1. Now it is pointing to 25C. Stack pointer's current address is now this. So this acts as the starting address of the stack pointer now for next push operation to take place. Okay, so in brief what we can say is, so you can see here initial address of the stack pointer is this, now it is pointing to this after this 32-bit push operation. So every push operation, stack pointer value get decremented by value 4. So every push operation, stack pointer value gets decremented by value 4. Remember this. Okay, if I perform another move operation and another push, so if I take R1 content 0x20, how it will be saved? Here 20 will come, 00 will come, here 00 will come, 00. After that the stack pointer is pointing to that address. What I mean to say here is, so if I want to perform one more operation, so if I take move R1 and here I take 20 instead of 10. Okay, so R1 will be having the value what? See, these all zeros. The last byte from LSB will be 20. How it is saved onto stack after push? So if I perform push on R1, then the last byte of R1, that is 0x20 will be pushed, then followed by 0x00, followed by 0x00, followed by 0x00. So 32-bit push on R1 content is over. Now the stack pointer is pointing to this address, that is 0x1000000258. Okay, so there are two move instructions, two push operations on register content R0 and register content R1 is performed. So the stack pointer is having two pushed values of registers R0 and R1 respectively. Okay, so as it is working in first in last out model, so if I use pop operation here, first this value is popped followed by this value. Remember this. So I repeat, for every push operation, stack pointer value get decremented by 4. Now we'll see pop operation. Again let's take the starting address of the stack pointer as same. So this is pointing to stack memory. These are some sort of instructions I have written. Move R0 comma immediate value, move R1 comma immediate value this. So in 32-bit format, the contents of register R0 and R1 are saved like this. After that I am doing push on R0 is same as this operation. After that I am using one more move instruction, move R0 content with this. R0 content is written, I mean to say rewritten, instead of 10 you will be getting 40. Okay, so the value of R0 is now 40 instead of 10. Okay, but it is done after the push operation. So original content of the register R0 is already present in the stack memory. Okay, after this instruction I am doing push on register content R1. So value of R1, that is this, is already stored here. Now the stack pointer is pointing to this memory address, that is 258. Okay, after that I am doing pop operation on register content R0. Okay, the recently entered data onto stack is what? The content of R1, isn't it? So as it is first in last out buffer, the recently entered data of R1 is restored into R0. What I mean to say here is, recently pushed data of R1 is popped to register content R0. Now after pop on register R0, the content of R1 is saved in R0. So how this value will be saved after pop on R0? Let's see. First, the first byte from the top of the stack. Now this is top of the stack. Now the first byte is saved or restored from the MSB side first. Then stack pointer get incremented by 1 position. It is incremented here, remember. Then from the from the MSB side, the second byte is restored. Again the stack pointer value get incremented by 1. Then from the MSB side, that is third byte, is restored into R0, and again the stack pointer value get incremented by 1. So the value, that is from the LSB, the first byte is stored into R0. So after pop on R0, the recently entered data of R1 onto the stack memory is restored into R0. Now register content R1 data is present in R0. Okay. Now this value is lost, but original content of the register after the push on R0, that is still present in the stack memory. You can perform pop on R1. So what is present in the stack memory? The original content of the register R0. So after pop on R1, okay, this value, that is the original content of register R0, is restored into register content R1. Okay. So now how it is saved? Again from LSB, 00, 00, 00, 10 at the LSB. So R0 initial value is restored in register R1. So for every pop operation, stack pointer value get incremented by 4. I repeat, for every push operation, stack pointer get decremented by value 4. For every push operation, stack pointer value get incremented by 4. This is regarding push and pop operation. Okay. Now we will see the reset sequence. When there is a occurrence of any interrupt or exception like reset, how the processor is going to handle that. Okay. So let us take this as a memory. Initial address of the memory is pointing here. See, initial address of the memory itself, the vector table is present. So vector table occupies the memory starting address, that is 0. Okay. So what happens here? Let's see. When there is a occurrence of interrupt or exception called reset happens inside the system or any device, after reset, program counter value is loaded with address this. Okay. Initially PC will be having this address. After that, at that location we have one address written. This address, before it points to reset handler, this address need to be saved in main stack pointer. So that is what is happening here. After reset, after PC is loaded with initial address of the memory, processor reads the value from this initial memory address into main stack pointer. So what is the address written here into this original memory address? That is this value. So this value is loaded into main stack pointer. After that the processor reads the address of the reset handler from the location, that is this. Okay. So reset handler, going back to vector table, checking the address of the reset, wherein that points to 0x04 address. So in the memory pointing to this address will have resets interrupt service routine first address instruction. I mean to say, here at this location point to some other address of the memory which will take you to that location wherein the first instruction of reset handler is written. Okay. After this, PC will be loaded with this value, that is PC equal to this value. After that, it will jump to that memory address wherein the first instruction of the reset start executing. First instruction followed by next instruction, so on till the entire reset handler instruction completes. After completion of the interrupt service routine, the return address should be retained from the program counter. Then it will come back to its main function, main execution of the code. So this is how the reset sequence works. It has the following 5 points. One is, after reset, PC is loaded with address this. Processor reads the value from this initial address location and loads that into main stack pointer. After that, processor takes the address of the reset handler from the vector table and it will point to that particular address where the first instruction of the reset handler is written. Okay, then it jumps to that particular address of the reset handler and start executing the instructions. Upon the completion of the reset handler execution, it will come back to main function from the reset handler by restoring the return address of the main memory or the main function from the link register or program counter. So this is how stack operation and reset sequence works in ARM Cortex M3 microprocessor. Thank you everyone for watching.